We are live on YouTube, Twitch, and any other station that you can find us on. We are the Cat's Corner Podcast with your host, the world-renowned WCW, WWE legend himself, actor extraordinaire, been in every movie, been everywhere but the electric chair. He is Ernest, the Cat Miller. I am your co-host. As always, Ray W. Always going to trouble you. Big Shug, Keziah on this microphone. I blaze nothing but fire. What's going on, Mr. Cat?
Well, baby, what's up? I just came back in from a long week, man, long weekend. Might as well say up in New York.
New York City?
Well, New York, New Jersey, it's all the same to me. One big shithole.
While they think about that, let's talk about our sponsor. How about Recite?
Before foundations, before frameworks, there's work you don't see. You won't find us in the spotlight, you'll find us in the soil. We don't just move dirt, we shape outcomes. Every grade exact, every line clean, every challenge answered. Because stability isn't built by machines, it's built by people who show up, rain or shine, and figure it out. When pressure's on, when the clock's running, you don't just need dirt moved, you need people you can count on. Recite. Built on trust, ready for what's next.
Okay, Do Not Disturb is now on.
Built on trust, Recite. And I'm thinking trust. That's a good word to start with today, isn't it, Cat? Trust.
I mean, it's a great word, man. That word means so much. It means so much, and we're gonna talk. I want to get into it as much as I can. I want to get into that word, what trust is all about to me. It's like we got Recite. Recite's guy came on, sponsored us, put money into us. They put their time into us. And we know every time we put out some good stuff, they're going to put more time. So we trust that they're going to be there for us.
A trusted partner.
Yeah, exactly, Big
Ray. With the Cat's Corner Podcast.
There's a Big Ray, you smarter than what you look like, brother.
I know. It's the haircut. Everybody thinks I'm a cop.
Because
I'm fat and eat donuts.
You don't eat donuts anymore. I thought you gave that up once you got on that
Ozempic.
Yeah.
It was
see, I trust this about you. If there was an any Ozempic around, Ray would be 500 pounds. I trust that.
You trust if there's a hamburger around, I'm gonna
eat it. If there's a box of donuts. And so why? I'm not gonna lie. I'm not listen. So I was in New Jersey with the Fourth Row. So we got out there. The show was supposed to be Thursday night. Now they do it down like this. It was supposed to be Thursday night. We was in a venue at Six Flags out there. We was in a venue, man, that held like 3,000 people. 4,000 people. It was bought out. 4,000 people. 4,000 people came in and was coming to the thing. So they sold out. That was Thursday night, but the rain came in, man. And the weather got really bad, and the weather was so bad, man, that they closed the park. So Wednesday night they called me and said, "Hey, we can't do Thursday night because the park can be closed." They said we can't do Friday. We had to do it Saturday. So they gave back refund. Some of the wrestlers couldn't get in, so it was just turmoil. Everything, everywhere, all over the place. So anyway, they put together a survival show. They got some talents, some people that was already there. They called in some wrestlers that wasn't on the car, flew them in the same day, got to the venue on Saturday. And I was thinking like, man, what kind of show this going to be? Because it wasn't planned on a lot of people's schedule. But Ray, when we got there, it was a line of about 2,000 people all the way out the park coming in to the park just for this show.
Awesome.
These guys are huge, man. I mean, the music guys, man, I saw, what's his name, Benny Siegel. You remember him?
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, he was there. He did a musical display doing after the match. They were selling their merchandise for incredible prices, man. I mean, you could get a hat for $50, but when they ran out of hat, people started buying the ones from other people for $200. I mean, man, listen, it was The show was good, man. Had a lot of new talent, a lot of good talent in there. Some of the WWE people, TNA people, had Tommy Dreamer there. So it was a good.
Was Enzo there?
Enzo was there. He's the champion. He put on a great show, man. And
We
it
got to
was
get
just
him
fun,
on.
man. Oh,
We
he
gotta get him.
he told me 100%. That's I got to have you on the Cat's part.
We got to have him on there, bro.
It's some people who want to talk to you, and he was like, hey, anytime, 100%, whenever you want me on there. So it's a lot of people. We got a lineup of good people coming on, but we're gonna start trying to do some live stuff too, because I want to interact with some people. I want to be in the same room when I talk to some of these people. Sting, Goldberg again. I want to be in the room with those guys, man. I want to look them eye to eye. You know, if I want to get up and slap the smack out of them, I can do that because we're in the room. Right now, people can say what they want to say because they're on the other side. It's like you, Ray.
Yeah.
You about what, 300, 400 miles away from me?
Yeah. So I say what the hell I want when I'm on this screen. I see you in real life. I'll be shaking your hand, be like, "What's up, man? I hope everything's great."
So man, you know, I was talking to you about trust.
Trust, yes.
I've been doing a little research, man. I've been thinking about the business, thinking about people I met in the business, man, and how the only thing that connect everything was who I trust, who I didn't trust. It wasn't who I liked, who I didn't like, who I wanted to work with, who I did not want to work with. Trust meant everything. Because if I got in the ring with someone, I like to trust that they gonna look out for me like I'm gonna look out for them. You know, when someone asked me, can I be a part of something, I had to trust that they had my best interests at hand too.
For sure.
So trust to me mean everything in the business, man. And the way the business looking now, and some of the things I'm hearing about people behind the scene, it's not a lot of trust there.
A lot of cutthroat, a lot of backstabbing going on right now.
I don't know if that's going on.
Trying to prove their position with their companies.
Well, that's why I'm saying that's in the company, though. If you don't trust your company, right? If you don't trust your company, how are you going? They're gonna get the best work out of you.
They can't. It's impossible.
So
you're always gonna be thinking that they doing you wrong somehow, and you're gonna not do your best because you're already thinking.
So this is what I'm talking about when I was saying speed of time, speed of trust. I'm sorry, speed of trust. Right. This is what I was talking about. September 11th, right?
Yeah.
When the planes hit that tower, right, and knocked things down.
2001, yeah.
Everybody was saying, "Hey, man, people coming to get us. They coming here to get us." So trust was up. What was trust? Wasn't no trust.
Nope.
You know, it was. Listen, it wasn't nobody trusted nobody because we felt like everybody was coming here to get us. So that trust did what to the airplane business or to the airport? It did what?
Made it almost impossible to catch a flight without being
because you had to do what? They had to slow things down. They had to slow things down, right? They had to slow things down because they had to add stuff. They had to check stuff. So it was like trust was down.
Nobody trusted nobody.
Trust was down. If trust is down, the speed of everything does what?
Slows down.
Slows down. And then that make prices do what?
Go up.
Exactly. So that's the speed of trust that I'm talking about. Now, if somebody did something really good, you know, somebody wanted to buy some cupcake and this guy opened let's say this guy opened a donut shop outside. Every day the line was so busy, man, that people were just going lining up to get his donut. But then some people were discouraged when they saw long lines. So what did these people do? They started turning, going other way. So what he decided to do is take a cup holder and say, here, you don't have to wait for me. Get your change. Here you go. Here go the money change. Go in, take the money out, get the change, get your donuts out of the thing, just leave, just pay, because he was trusting people.
Right.
He trusts people. So when you got that kind of motion going, trust, listen, he was trusting people. So when you got that kind of motion going, that sped everything up. When you speed things up, when trust is good and you speed things up, that means the price is what?
Go down.
Go down. That's
until you get that one son of a gun that's going to take 2 or 3 donuts and not pay nothing for.
But see, you know, let's not look at that because let's just say everybody did what they wanted to do because
I
they
wish
were
that was the
fans
case.
and they wanted to support the donut guy. And guess what they did? Some people even left more money in there.
Oh,
So that's the
the
time of
good
speed we're
Samaritan.
talking about. Now, how did that relate to what we're talking about today, wrestling? I know that's what you're saying, Big Ray.
Well, I
Uh,
think it equates to the fact when you're in the ring with your partner in the ring, there has to be such a level of trust because you are literally putting your body in their hands. If they mess up with you, they could permanently injure you, maybe even paralyze you or kill you.
Now, if they injure me, then my trust is out the window, out the
Oh yeah,
door, and then guess what? I got to be home to heal. So I'm not making any money if
right,
I don't trust. If I don't trust these guys, man.
right.
But if
There's
you
a
get
thing
in
going
there,
on. There's a
you
thing going on right now with that Ridge Holland guy that hurt Big E, the part of the New Day when he did that little deal out there on the apron of the ring and broke his neck. Well, he has to have cervical fusion now, and he's been let go. And dude, he had an article online saying that he ain't been able to make his mortgage or anything, but WWE is actually picking up his bill for his operation, the bare minimum cost on it, but nothing else. But he wrestled under Ridge Holland. I don't know what his real name is, but
so listen to this.
so there's no trust.
How can you get out there in the ring and do what you want to do or what you can to give your best performance if you think if I get hurt, I don't trust this company. If I get hurt, what's going to happen to me? I don't trust this company. I'm not going to be able to work. Things going to slow down for me, and I'm not going to have the money to do what? Everything
Really?
seems like it's going up. So yes. So I like to kind of target the speed of trust, but trust is into everything, and it's slow to speed down or speed it up. If trust is down, if the speed is down. If the speed is
Like,
down, that means the prices are up. If trust is high on a high level, this people just go through because you don't have to think. You don't have to. If you're my manager and I believe in what you're saying, you go do your job. I go do my job. When we get through, boom, we get together and the job is done. If I trust you like that.
correct.
So that means, yeah, what you got? You shaking your head. You got something?
Yeah, I mean, earlier today we were talking about the subject tonight being trust and whatnot, and then we wanted to put a spotlight on. I got a little surprise for you though. Before we do that, before we go into who we're going to talk about tonight, how about this little surprise me and Cody's got for you? Watch this right here.
Man, that almost made me cry.
Almost made you cry.
You
Look at
know,
that.
when I was young, man, I used to rush to the store just to get the karate magazine, just to see who's on the front, who's in there. And I used to tell myself all the time, Big Ray, I want to be on the cover of one of these martial art magazines. And this one right here, I'm on the cover. I'm gonna be on the
Look
cover
at you
coming
now.
out, and it's gonna talk about everything. Gonna talk about my wrestling career. It's gonna talk about a lot of my martial arts and people I've met, people I relate to. They doing it big, man. And I like to thank those guys there, man, for doing what they're doing and choosing me to be on front of their magazine.
Well, congratulations, Kat. You're a legend in martial arts and in pro wrestling. So nothing surprises me anymore when it comes to you. So being on the cover of that magazine,
It's
The
gonna
Deadly Art of Survival.
Oh
That's
yes,
what it says. The Deadly Art
that's
of
the name
Survival.
of that's the name
Been
of the
surviving, baby.
that's the name of the magazine, man. But listen, let's go back to trust, and I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna give you a couple of matches, and you tell me is WWE playing with that subject of trust to build storylines. Let's talk about Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio.
Dominic Mysterio's father versus son.
Now, when you leverage out and you know sooner or later they're gonna get into it with each other. What's the storyline? Can it be based on trust and not trust?
Well, the way I'm reading the tea leaves with this storyline is it's a continuation of what was supposed to happen before WrestleMania when Ray got hurt. And Ray's been out. So Ray's back. And Dominic is actually kind of turning a little bit. He's not as much of a heel now as he is kind of in the tween stage between a heel turning more of a face because the crowd is behind him. You know, they really are. They really are behind him. It's unbelievable. The groundswell of support this kid's got right now.
But he's supposed to get there. He's been on TV every night. Now, what I'm looking for is what is this storyline based off?
It's based off.
Is it based off him being arrogant, being not trustworthy? You know, it's a little bit because I saw a part where he said Eddie Guerrero is his daddy. That's my father.
Don't you speak of my father that way? That's what he said.
Yeah.
So, you know, we all know that that's storyline based, but Dominic is really Ray's kid. But everybody says, you know, he looks like Eddie. He wrestles like Eddie. He's grew out that mullet like Eddie had. He's got the little mustache like Eddie had. You know, it's funny to me how it kind of does a 300, you know, a 180. It comes all the way back to you, but. This started with him joining the Judgment Day and having Rhea Ripley.
Now, Big Ray, I don't want to go into the match. We know
I
what
understand, but we're talking about trust and where the storyline is going. I think it's just to prove that Dad still got it, but the son is on the come up. The dad still has it.
There's trust there somewhere that we need to go in there. Somebody that's broken trust. Somebody that don't trust
the son broke
somebody.
The family's trust when the son walked away from the Mysterio family to join Judgment Day in the very beginning. That's where the trust got broken, and this fight was already supposed to have happened, but Ray got hurt. Now they're continuing it.
No, we ain't talking about outside the ring, Big Ray. We know where you going. You getting too much into it. Let's stay in the match. Let's say in the storyline. Within the storyline, Ray don't hate his kid. I don't see it during the interview I saw when him and Ray were going at it. Ray don't hate him. Ray just want him to do the right thing.
He just wants to teach him a wrestling lesson.
So because he don't have any trust right now that this kid said he's the best wrestler around.
Luchador
around.
Yeah.
And Ray was like, man, are you crazy? You think you better than this, better than that?
Santos and all of them. Yeah. He was better than all of them.
You got a son. It's like it come that time where this kid think he's better than me. Now, trust me, I got to put him back into his place.
Right.
So all this storyline written around trust. So I would say this is written around trust up or trust down. What do you think?
I say trust up down. Means
there's no trust.
No trust. No trust. And the only way it's going to work where you get the trust back is if the Judgment Day all turns on Rey Mysterio and starts beating him up, and Dominic has a crisis of conscience and helps his dad and becomes that baby face they all want him to be. Because I think he's going to be one hell of a baby face and have one hell of a baby face run.
Well, that's yet to be seen. I just like the storyline right now. You know, a lot of my friends talk about the business now, how the business don't take care of them. The business don't want to see them grow. The business don't put them on. Have you noticed that it haven't been too many blacks on pay-per-views in a while?
Well, I mean, you say that, but I don't know if it was a pay-per-view, but they had the Night of Champions.
I said pay-per-view. Don't try to contradict me.
Well, I'm just saying they don't even call them pay-per-views. There's premium live events, and they just had one where Jade Cargill beat.
No, that's different. That's different. That's one person. That's one.
Right.
That's one.
But
anyway, I could tell you a couple of people there in the back feel like it's a gatekeeper there. You know, they're not really they don't trust the company anymore. I ain't gonna say anymore. There's somebody back there they don't trust. I don't know if it's Triple H. I don't know if it's the writers. I don't know. But there's a lot of distrust going on back there. And it's going on as a time right now. they trust that these guys are going to do what they're doing. They putting the people out and putting them over that they want them to be put over, and they doing it fast, whoever it is. He's not, whoever putting the cards together, putting people out there, putting them over, the same people over. And that means trust is up. You know, people trust that they go, okay, they're going to put, they already know they're going to put out there. So people paying to see this. It's so fast.
A lot of money, too. A lot of money.
Yeah. So I want to look at this match right here. How about CM Punk and Logan Paul? That's all trusted. The word trusted written all around that.
Well, you seen last night Monday night what happened with that. So there's no trust at all between Logan Paul.
Whoa. That's great. Listen, look at the program. Look at the storyline. They're not gonna tell you exactly what the story gonna be, but it's built around trust. Is Logan Paul, is he gonna be in CM Punk corner?
Absolutely not. He's already.
You don't know.
He just hit him in the face with brass knuckles on Monday night and joined the Vision.
You don't know.
I just watched it with my own two eyes, bro. That's what you. That's what I don't get paid to do, is watch every show.
It's a storyline.
The storyline is Seth Rollins is hurt. They've inserted Logan Paul to take his place on this Survivor Series coming up on the 28th of November, where they got to have a team of 5 versus a team of 5. So it looks like it's going to be Braun Breaker and Braun, whatever the other guy's name is, the Australian guy.
Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed.
Logan Paul, Brock Lesnar, and one more that's yet to be named. We don't know which one that's going to be, versus CM Punk and whoever he can get on his team.
Bro, listen, you falling for the okie dokie. You falling for it, bro.
We'll see.
You looking at the story today, which means they got you. You the fish on the hook. To me, it's all about, listen, what I saw is all about trust. It's all about, can he be here? I need somebody. We don't know. They can rank him in. Okay, let's say Logan Paul show up in CM Punk corner. And they beat somebody. Let's just say, hypothetically, let's just say they show up in their corner. Don't you think that people will really be into that? Because they tricking you guys. You guys still trust that you guys know what you're talking about. And when I say you guys, you fans, you super fans. You understand what I'm saying?
What I'm saying is to you is I'm mad at the writing because they sped it up so fast. In literally a 2-hour and 10-minute time frame, they went from CM Punk and Logan Paul going nose to nose with Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker and Paul Heyman coming down and interrupting them. And it looked like those two were going to go 2-on-2 with those guys. Okay, now we're going to get to that book in a minute. But then they jumped CM Punk and beating him up, and Logan Paul's having a crisis of conscience, ends up walking away, leaving him. And then Jay Uso joins him.
Can
then
you calm down? You trying to explain a highway jam up with cars? You gonna
what I'm trying to say is they set it up. They could have let Logan Paul look like he was going to help CM Punk for another week or maybe 2 and stretched it out. But they did it all in a 2-hour process. They sped it way up. They told the story way too fast. Nobody's buying in now. They know Logan Paul's a piece of crap, but he's joined the Vision.
Right. So you trying to tell me the story is already out there. You already know who's gonna be in the corner. So why go watch the pay-per-view of whatever?
Because you don't know who's gonna be on the other side yet.
Okay, then.
We're missing one player for the heels, and we're missing 4 players for the faces. So we got to figure out who's going to be on Team Punk.
Who is we?
We, as the fan base, needs to figure out to the universe, to the WWE universe, whatever the hell that means. CM Punk needs 4 people to help him fight this off. It's going to be the Vision.
To me, that's they tiddling around with a lack of trust. Cause don't nobody know who's going to
be. The whole thing's going to be built off trust.
So to me, I want to take a bet, and whoever out there watching this, if you see this, the cat won't take on any bet that I bet that Logan Paul go in helping CM Punk. Now that's all I said. Trust me, people. Don't trust Ray. If you trust Ray, then you're a sad old ass.
So you think they're gonna double swerve us? They swerved us on Monday night, thinking that he was going to help Punk. He knocks Punk out, and then you're saying at the pay-per-view or at the PLE at Survivor Series, he's going to help Team Punk win and become a babyface.
Listen, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about, brother.
Because he's getting go away heat, bro. He's getting nuclear heat.
Listen, that's what I'm talking about. Paul. Now, let's stay on this trust thing. I like to stay on this trust thing when we talk about pro wrestling. You know, a lot of people talking about the crowd is smaller. There's not too many people showing up at the live shows. The TV ratings going down. I mean, what are people trying to say? They don't trust that they're gonna get a great show. Why do you still watch WWE if it's doing so bad? You trust that it's gonna do bad. You don't know the storylines. You can't follow the storylines. That's what some people say. I like the storyline. You the perfect fan because you all twisted up. You think you know every curve and corner. You don't know. You don't know.
I'm guest booking it. I got the pencil in my mind. I'm telling you how I would have done it. I wouldn't have burned it up so quick on one night. The night that fucking Punk comes back with the title.
Hey, bro, can you put that ball down? They ain't sponsoring us.
Well, they need to. Woo! The night the man wins the title, or the night after where he comes on and he celebrates his victory, cutting a promo in the middle of the ring, interrupted by Logan Paul. So you see this heading off at the pass. They should have come out with LA Knight or somebody like that first. Brought LA Knight out to him. But no, they bring Logan Paul out. So immediately you know something's up between Punk and Paul. Okay? So they do their little dog and pony show, and then I don't
want to hear this whole story about the whole match. Okay, you can go home, you can watch that. I trust that this is going to be a good match. And I trust that people backstage, I trust that people, some satisfied, some not. But
well, DraftKings.com's got your bet placed that you're saying right now, Logan Paul is going to help CM Punk.
Speaking of that right there, trust. Let's look at trust in basketball.
Whew.
Now, basketball, you got to trust what you see. But sometimes some of the stuff you see, you question like, how in the hell did he hold the ball instead of scoring? Why are they slowing it down instead of speeding it up? Do you think gambling have something to do with that? I know betting do because they just took a couple of guys to jail. Me, I want that kind of table. I want that table you can see through. I'm gonna invite Ray over, a couple of fans, and bro, I'm taking all y'all money. I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna be looking through the card. I'm gonna have my glasses on. I'm gonna look through the card. Boy, I'm taking all y'all money. I'm telling you right now, when the cat invites you over to his poker game, please don't trust him.
They talking crazy right now. The FBI's meeting with people from the UFC on some crazy gambling.
No, we're talking about the basketball.
I know. I'm just saying that
basketball. We'll move to that later.
It's the tip of the spear is all I'm saying. The basketball.
Listen, bro. You know, listen.
All everybody in football that we've been scratching our heads about.
Listen, hey, Ray, can you stay on the subject? Right now, we're talking about basketball. We got a format so people can follow. Right now, we're just talking a little basketball. So right now, the trust in basketball is not there, right?
Nope.
I mean, it's betting going on. Why put betting into something and don't expect for it to blow up in your face?
Well, I mean, anytime there's money involved, there's going to be corruption involved.
Anytime they're betting, anytime they bet, it's going to be something. Gambling is involved.
Corruption.
It's going to be some corruption. It's going to be some mafia. But if it's so many mafia, I ain't seen number 2 or 3 black guys get arrested. What's the mafia guys?
I don't know. You have to
NBA, man, you guys got to go prove this to them. How do the FBI have time just to go and investigate and arrest a basketball player and a coach?
Don't know, bro. I can't answer these questions.
They probably hadn't
publicized the arrest, but there were supposedly 34 people arrested.
And they didn't show but 3 guys.
That's the
NBA
ones
guys.
on ESPN that showed that. I'm just saying 34
Now,
people have been arrested, supposedly,
now,
maybe
now,
more.
now, now, I'm gonna tell you this too. Now, when we talking about trust again, we talking about the speed of trust. What trust does is speed up everything or slow it down. If you have lack of trust, it's gonna slow things down. If you trust in the person you're working with, you trust in the company you work, you're gonna get out there and do good work. It just the morale. It just open you up. You want to do good for them. I think football is another sport. There's a lot of distrust. You know, because you don't know the coaches. Let's talk about Deion's son again.
Shador.
You think Shador was railroad? You think he was just part of the system? You think NFL is on the up and up? Do you trust the NFL? Do you trust that process?
Absolutely not. I ain't never trusted the NFL.
But
No.
right now, I think with the gambling and stuff like that, I don't even like to watch it because the referees make some ridiculous calls sometimes. And on TV, you can see it straight out. Maybe
got
it's
that
because
replay.
on TV.
You can see a hold on every play, but sometimes they just call it when it's
when they need it. They need it, man. When the ball just touched the ground, it touched the ground.
Sometimes it can touch, and the man can control it, and it's still a catch. And sometimes the tip can hit the ball, hit the ground, and it's incomplete, depending on the situation of the game.
Man, listen, I'm gonna have Sting on this show. I'm gonna get Sting. I'm gonna get Sting. I'm gonna get Goldberg. I'm gonna get a couple of guys to come on to sit down with us, though. To sit down with us and talk to the fans. And listen, guys, listen. I mean, subscribers are up. Thanks for liking us.
Yeah, man.
Getting that subscriber button. Thanks for doing all this good stuff.
Keep sharing it so it can go viral.
Yeah, just share it because listen, what you get from me is the truth. It's coming from my heart. I'm not making anything up. This is just not a conversation with me and a fan. This Big Ray gonna give you his opinion. If he asks me something, I'm gonna give you my opinion. What they gonna do to me? I'm not in the business anymore. I'm a legend. I've been there. I did my work. I did my good work.
Correct.
Now I just say whatever I want to say. And I worked with a few guys in the business that I totally trusted. That was all trust. I'm gonna tell you one of them. But I want to ask you this. Would you trust Vince McMahon if he came back and opened a big wrestling promotion?
I've been reading some of the same stuff you have, man, and
you haven't read what I read, Big Ray. I got a little bit something more. I got the ear to the street. You understand what I'm saying? I'm on the inside story. I ain't read nothing.
Okay.
But this book,
Speed of Trust. Well, I would say this. His track record in the industry is unprecedented. Now, personally, he might be a hunk of shit. But I'm gonna be honest with you.
Bro.
The man can
That's not Ray. Can you please rectify that? Can you please straighten that out? Can you say that's not what the Cat's Corner represents?
We don't represent his lifestyle personally, but from a professional standpoint, I can say unequivocally he is the best promoter that's ever promoted pro wrestling.
So do you think if he came back, do you think he'll be able to, would he be trustworthy enough to open a business? Would people still kind of stand in line to work with him?
I don't know, Cat. That is a great question. Great question.
Man, I like to see it, though. Man, that's just a story itself. Even if Vince McMahon came out and they saw Vince McMahon and sitting in the parking lot of one of the WWE things, just watching it, man, listen, thinking of, he thinking about coming back. This is my baby. And back in the day when WCW and WWE were going head to head, a lot of people in WCW thought that WWE already owned, Vince McMahon and already owned WCW.
Just because of some of the mistakes.
Some of the stuff that was going on, it just didn't make sense. But, it's like we were going head to head with WWE and WCW doing this. But there was some things that you heard that didn't make sense. It didn't add up. So with those things right there, man, Vince McMahon was working his magic then. Because when Vince McMahon stepped in, the night he came in to WCW and walked around, bro, listen, everybody was quiet. Vince walked in like he'd been here before.
Maybe
So I think if Vince McMahon wanted to get back into business, I think some of the same people that did all that talking, some of the same people that, oh, I don't like him because he pooped on somebody's head. Oh, I don't like him because he said this. Vince was doing what he wanted to do. He ran his company, and I'm not saying it was right, everything was right, but Vince McMahon was one of the smartest promoters around.
The best.
And he knew how, not just promote, he knew how to control and handle his wrestlers, his talent.
Yeah, he did.
He's the one
he had
they
talent.
don't call us WWE wrestlers no more. They call us WCW, WWE superstars.
Superstars. That's right.
Vince McMahon came up with that, and it make a big difference now when you kind of
You
like on my magazine.
You a superstar.
Like on my magazine cover. They try to put
superstar.
WCW, WWE wrestler. No, it's WCW, WWE superstar. That's what I'm a superstar.
And should be in the Hall of Fame, in my opinion.
But you know what? One of the guys I trust, speaking on trust, we still on the speed of trust. The business doing well right now. But there was a few people that, to my heart, I trusted more than anybody. Eric Bischoff being one of them. Eric Bischoff, man, listen, I knew nothing about wrestling. I was teaching the Eric Bischoff son. I meant
Shout out to Garrett. What's up, Garrett?
I meant Garrett said, I want to introduce you to my dad. So I met his dad, and we worked together on the floor, sparring. We got to know each other. Then out of the blue, he said, listen, I want you to come and work for us. I said, doing what? He said, pro wrestling. I knew nothing about pro wrestling.
You knew about it, but you didn't.
No, I didn't. I knew nothing about it.
You had watched it as a kid. You watched. You were a fan.
Bro, I was all into karate. I knew nothing about pro wrestling. I knew a couple of the guys when I was young, when I used to watch it with my father, but I knew nothing about it. I didn't know how it worked. I didn't know how much money they got paid. But when Eric Bischoff, white fella, this is what I found, white fella, dark hair, white teeth, when he came to me and said, hey, bro, I can get you into business. And I was working a good job. I was teaching karate at a karate school on the high level. I had 200, 300 students. I was making pretty good money. I had worked my way up to be a chief instructor. Now here comes somebody I don't know. And he told me, this is what I can do. If you get into the business, I can do this. I can do that. I can do this. He told me everything that he could do and everything he would do. So it took me a while to leave my support. I had a little baby. It took me a while to leave that, to jump into it. But once I got into wrestling, man, Eric Bischoff did everything he said he was going to do. Well, everything he did. This is the only person in my life who said they were going to do something, do things, and he did everything he said he was going to do. Everything.
Right. Eric Bischoff. Who's number two?
Eric Bischoff, I trust more than anybody.
I'm waiting on my name. I'm just waiting on my name. Go ahead. Who's number two?
Ron Simmons.
Damn.
Ron Simmons. I will always trust Ron Simmons because I met Ron Simmons way before I got into wrestling. I was a 5-star high school football recruit. I was recruited by schools.
He was from Warner Robins, Georgia.
Georgia Tech, Savannah, just small schools, big school. I was heavily recruited. So I was recruited by Florida State. Florida State brought me in as a recruiter. And the first thing they did, they worked me out and talked to me how good I am, how I would make a big difference if I was there with them. And we had the whole weekend. So when we got there, I wanted to see the college girls. I was looking around looking for the college girls. So, they had everything kind of scheduled out the way we were going to move around the campus. We couldn't move around by ourselves. So they always had somebody to guide us and be with one of the football players. So my guy was Ron Simmons.
How great!
I didn't know, bro. Ron Simmons was the best defensive lineman ever. He was a nose guard for Florida State. He probably he was the strongest college football player at that time. He was the strongest college football player at that time. Man, let me tell you something. This guy took care of us from day one. He took care of us. He yelled at us every damn time we went somewhere. He took us to the movie, and the movie was an hour and 40 minutes. He said, I'm going to give you guys an hour in there. We said, wait a minute, the movie's out. Get your butt back here in an hour. So we did that. We went to eat. He paid for it, and he said, eat everything. I didn't like what I was eating. He said, you about to eat, I'd have paid for it. So this guy did everything we thought he was going to be. He was mean. He was like an old uncle. And we laughed about everything he did because he was so adamant about himself. And that was his job, though. He told me later in the year when we started wrestling, he said that was his job in college. They didn't have the NIL deal. So what happened, they'll give the top football players cars and money under the table. And that was his job, to carry around and work around with us. So Ron Simmons is a great guy, man. Ron Simmons is my guy. So I trust him. I trust, he's one of the guys I trust too. Now, number 3, Sting. The great
I
Sting.
thought I would be in the top 3, but that's cool. Sting, I like.
Well, you didn't work with me. You ain't never been a wrestler. We talking about in the wrestling world, man.
Christian, love him. You know,
Sting from day one, man, was really quiet, kind of subdued. He stayed back. Never hear him talking loud. He was just real laid back, man.
Let me ask you a question. Co-host question time. Going on our scheduled format that I read today. Which version of Sting, when you first met him, was Sting? Was he Surfer Sting still, or was he already in the Crow gimmick?
No, he was Surfer Sting when I first met him.
So blonde hair, bright tie.
Blonde hair, yeah, blue. He was still doing. He was right at the end of it, because right after that, we started seeing him hanging around in the rafters.
You first started noticing it when his hair went from bleach blonde
to dark,
kind of brown.
No,
listen, it never went straight to black. It went brown.
I saw him the very first time he was putting that gimmick on. I went in the locker room and he did his paint himself.
Right.
And I didn't connect the two. You know, I didn't connect that character with him. But then once I saw him, he started to kind of develop that character. I knew what it was from. And man,
Scott Hall came up with it.
Because see, Sting at that time wasn't working a whole bunch. He'll show up at the end of the match. He'll come down from the top, boom, he'll hit it, swing his baseball bat at somebody and leave. He wasn't hardly working for a long time.
Because you remember right after Bash at the Beach when Hogan flipped and went NWO and said, screw the fans, you know, supposedly it put Sting in that defunct depression mode where he didn't wrestle. I don't know. He stayed basically out of the ring for almost a year. Didn't wrestle at all. You'd see him under rafters. You'd see him.
He had to get himself together, Ray. I mean, I talked to him. He was just trying to, he was dealing with his Bible, his church. I think he was trying to develop that person that he turned into. But the whole time, I've never heard him yell. I've never seen him angry. I mean, he surprised me. One time at the Cow Palace with James Brown. Once I finished doing that James Brown segment, I walked through the tunnel, and the first person I walked into was Sting. And Sting stopped me and said, "Cat, that was great, man. That was great." And then he walked off. And then I'm looking at him walking away, and I was like, was he for real? Because you couldn't tell. He was just so laid back and so like pure. Like, he was just really nice. So I asked Stevie Ray, I said, man, Sting came up to me and in his light voice, he said, that was very good. Probably the best thing on the pay-per-view. And Booker T and Stevie Ray have known him for years. They said he just like that. He's like that. He don't play with you like that. He's not gonna tell you something that means something else.
Yeah, he just wouldn't say nothing at all. He just
And then Sting and I had a match. It was him and I against Great Muda and somebody else. I forgot who it was, but we had a team match. It was our first time working together. And Sting missed a spot. He missed a spot and he apologized to me the whole time. He was like, "Oh, Cap, man, that was my first time working together. I hate I missed that spot." And I didn't know, I didn't recognize, but he said, "I hate I missed that spot." And this guy right here, he's a legend. And he apologizing to me, not because of the match was bad, but he missed a spot. He wanted to have this first match with me, tag team with me. He wanted to be really, really perfect. And man, listen, I respect that guy, man. He was that same kind of guy. Even now when I see him out, he's still that Sting. You know, I just trust him. You can't do nothing.
Did you see him in New Jersey?
No, I didn't see him in New Jersey. Why would I see him in New Jersey?
When you were up there for your deal this past weekend?
No, I did not see him in New Jersey.
Okay, cool. All right.
So, Big Ray, I'm doing all this talking, man. I just wanted to come on and share some of this knowledge with you, man. The speed of trust. I'm trying to define and trying to identify that word everywhere because it's everywhere. I mean, you read the Bible, you read books, you read some people always talk about this and that shaping, this drop, this speed up, this go, but it's trust that moves the scale, I think.
Yeah.
If you trust somebody, it's right here. It's right here. If you trust it, you're going up, it's going to pull you up. If you don't trust nobody, the trust
it's negative. Then the negatives start creeping in and then it starts going down.
So it's the speed. It's the speed, man. The speed is something that's, if you don't have no trust, it kind of sucks the energy out of you.
Yeah, love can't live where there is no trust. Just remember that. Love can't live there if there is no trust.
What the hell are you talking about?
That's the Shugism. Love cannot live where there is no trust. In other words, if you don't trust your woman, you can't love her. You can't truly love somebody you don't trust, bro. Who wrote the book that you keep flashing up for the people?
Man, don't worry about it. Stephen Covey.
Stephen Covey. Where can they get this said book? Amazon?
Bro, this is a book I just got. He sent me, man, and this book got some law and knowledge, and there's some truth. It's almost the Bible. It tells you what this trust means. And you got to want to be trusted too. To be a trustworthy person, you got to be trustful. People got to trust you. If you don't trust, listen, if you don't trust yourself, ain't nobody else going to trust you.
Well, I know this. You can put me in situations I am not trustworthy. I just already know my flaws. I have some fatal flaws. And you can put me in some sort of situation. You can trust me with your life.
How about if I surround you with 12 donuts and tell you not to bite one, not to try one?
Man, if there's like a perfectly glazed donut sitting there, I'm probably going to slide over there and get a nibble on it. When you
wait a minute. Let me hear that again. You say you're going to do what?
I'm going to slide on over there and get a nibble of it while you ain't looking.
Pause, man. Pause with that. That sounds really zesty right there.
Zesty.
You gonna slide and nibble on
slide over there and get me a little bit of it. Yeah.
Cut that out, Ray.
There it is, right there. A perfectly good glazed donut.
Cut that out. One of them looked like you, Ray. The one on the right looked like
that one right there. The one right there on the right.
That's the Ray's glazed donut right there.
I'm about to.
Oh, there go a chocolate one down there.
That's you down there at the bottom, right there in the middle. There you are.
No, I'm kind of reddish. I got the reddish donut right
there.
Man,
quit trying to claim that, man. And
hey, listen. Hey, Cody, get this off here. Put some wrestling stuff up here. Yeah, we don't want no donuts. I'm already hungry. Big Ray. Cody, can you put that magazine back up again? I want people to see it before I get off. I got to see that one more time. That boy,
tap in or tap out.
Look at that. Listen, bro, it's been a good show with you. We got our 50 minutes in, bro. That's all. I just wanted to talk to you.
Just short and sweet tonight. Bam, bam. Hit him with a venom and get out.
I keep telling Cody, we got to get somewhere where we can kind of get some people calling in where we can always line up people who want to call in and give them a reason to call in. If they call in, they might get on, they may not.
Yes, you're on the Cat's Corner. Yeah, I got a question for the cat. If you was teaming with Sting, would you paint your face? And if you painted your face, what color would you paint your face? Caller wants to know what color would you paint your face if you was tag teaming with Sting? You ain't gonna paint your face up? You said you was red. You know, you guys painted your face back in the day before you went on the daggone scalping trips and taking people's heads off and stuff back in the day. I got a little Indian in my family too, Bo. Blackfoot Sioux.
Big Ray, I'm not gonna do it today. I'm not gonna let you make
My
me
mom
angry.
said we were part Blackfoot Sioux, Cherokee, and Jew.
Listen, Ray, I'm in a great mood. I'm not gonna listen to your.
You're not gonna paint your face like a little stinger when you was a kid.
There you go again, man. I'm a grown man. I don't paint my face.
Did you not do the holler or nothing when you was little?
Hey, Cody, can you thank the people for coming, Ray? You like to do that?
I didn't know we were wrapping up. Hey guys, thanks for coming out to the Cat's Corner on this beautiful Hump Day Wednesday. Remember, as always, keep your chin up and keep your eye on the prize.
No, you should have went into trust.
And trust me, we'll be back next week with a special guest you won't forget.
Oh, all right, Big Ray. I'm out of here.
Me too.